Cultural norms are shared, approved, and integrated systems of beliefs and practices that distinguish a cultural group. Cultural norms are passed from generations to generations and are a reliable guide for daily living. And it contributes to well-being of a community. For example, within the Solomon Islands, each province can be distinguished by their various cultural norms, such as the language they speak, to the rules chiefs or elders of a particular community set out for their people.
Legal protection are laws and other official measures intended to protect people's rights and freedom. Human rights is a fine example in regards to legal protection. More specifically is when it comes to an individual's right to access medical facilities, the right to justice, for example, fair trial, seeking legal assistance from barristers, solicitor, and deputy director of public prosecution, confidentiality, privacy, and security in regards to being protected by police force or other institutions during trials or convictions. And lastly but not the least, the right to live.
Rarata. I was one of the DG group in the Solomons to be interviewed with the question, how is cultural norms and barriers to legal protection? This is a very important question, and this is yes for us to know and also do research about. When we're talking about cultural norms, we are referring to the cultural principles, we are referring to the cultural values, we are referring to the cultural regulations that our cultural societies or societies are founded on. And when we're talking about the legal protection, we are referring to the laws that are enforced by our responsible authorities to protect us. Okay? Somehow cultural norms affect or becomes barriers to legal protection. Take for instance, in most of the cultures of the Solomon Islands, we recognize women as inferior to men. This means that in order for women to make a decision, to decide on whatever things in society, you need to seek the consent of men. Okay? So the state of inverity in which our cultures put on women or impose on women, put fear on women in order for them to voice their consent, to raise what they have encountered in society. So women are in fear to do whatever they have encountered or gone through. So the state of fear in which women have denied their rights towards legal protection, and this becomes barriers to the legal protection, because all of us we have equal rights before legal protection. Take for instance, women for today's society. Some of the women are in fear to report their husband when they do things like domestic violence or unfair treatment domestically. So, because why? Because our cultural norms put women are inferior to men. So this becomes one of the good examples of why the cultural norms become a barrier to the legal protection. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something from this group. Thanks. Goodbye. Tania Thomas.
Those that are most vulnerable to cultural norms are uneducated women, disabled people, very young people, and those in rural areas that cannot afford information, knowledge, and moreover, those that cannot afford to pay for legal advice and access to lawyers.
How can we help those that are vulnerable to cultural norms? The first point is by decentralizing of institutions to rural areas in the provinces, example Western Province and Malay. Second point is awareness, by educating people about laws and how to access legal justice. Third point is educating people about legal protection and the rights that they have.